older man. All men my age or older are old. I took care of my husband for 5 years. I do not want to do that again. He's just a slick talking, and you're looking at this picture of a really nice looking young man.
And the other one I'm talking to,
And the other one I'm talking to, he's captain of a cruise ship.
He
taught me about phone sex. I had never done it in my life, and I'll never do it again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by SocialCatfish.com.
I'm 79 years old.
Welcome back to my channel. We are watching a lady that is 79 years old and she claims to have 10 boyfriends.
Several of them told me I looked more like I was 50 than 79.
I don't even have one single boyfriend.
You don't think it sounds far-fetched, though? That he's in the middle of battle and texting?
I just want to say I'm just ready to take notes and see how she has been able to manage to acquire 10 boyfriends at the age of 79.
Yeah.
Well, if it's at all possible, I'd like you to find out if they're really who they say they are. I really didn't want to spend the rest of my life alone.
On today's episode, we speak to a woman named Sharon who has had terrible luck finding a man online. She has sent money to over...
You guys, my Yorkies are right here. They are attacking me because they want to play. And yeah, so if you see me wiggling my hand over here, it's because they want to play.
10 men online and still hasn't met one in person. Sharon's online dating has ruined her relationship with her family, she's lost her car, and has even been visited by the FBI. She's still hopeful that she will meet a man on one of these dating sites. Let's see if we can get some answers for Sharon.
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Sharon Thornell. I'm 79 years old. I'm an amateur artist.
I'm sorry if you guys can hear them while the video is playing. I just thought about that.
I'm a basket maker. I'm retired on Social Security. Okay, I hate to admit this, but I have talked to at least 8, 9 scammers. I'm very mad at myself for it. I was married for 49 years.
Wow, 49 years being married. You will want to think that you want some time for yourself and you don't want to date anybody else, because 49 years of marriage and then seeing yourself with someone else can be hard, you know. And she's 79, but then again, she said at the beginning that she doesn't want to be alone. And being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. Like, being alone and feeling lonely is two different things, because if you're feeling lonely, even if you have someone with you, you're still going to feel lonely and appreciated, because that comes from the inner self inside.
I was working in town and he was working out in the oil fields, and he acted like he was just too busy to talk to me. It lacked a lot of the love, the touching, the caring. And then he got Parkinson's, and I was his caregiver. He was totally bedridden when he died. I had to do everything for him. He hated it. I hated it.
That's definitely very tough to go through. Have to take care of your partner and seeing them declined. I'm sure that's very tough.
But that I think is why I went looking for somebody that could show a little more compassion, a little more love.
In 2019, Sharon's husband passed away. She was left lonely and decided to move in with her son. This is when everything started. She opened up an account on the dating site Match.com. Through the app, she matched with the first man.
His name was Roberto, and he had a business, supposedly. We talked while I was staying with my son. The guy was supposed to be 70 years old, so that's fine. He sold his business. to a place, somebody over in Dubai. Well, of course, he got to Dubai. They had taxed him. He didn't know he was going to get taxed for this. And he wanted $36,000. Well, that's completely out of my range. And I called him a scammer, and he got mad, and he called me a bunch of names, and I haven't heard from him since. The next one was Michael, I think. He was working in Australia. Young, good looking, funny. And we were just friends to start out. And then he started getting romantic. He taught me about phone sex. I had never done it in my life, and I'll never do it again. But, well, I lied about that too. I have done it since. God.
She's definitely a crazy lady. Yeah, I think the reason she's doing all of this is because she's feeling lonely and she's not seeing clearly these men. One, they are way younger than her, way out of her league. Why wouldn't they want to date somebody younger, right, than them if they look like this?
He spent the money he was supposed to pay his workers on supplies, and the supplies haven't come, and his workers want their money, and the government's after him, and they shut him down. And then he's telling me he can't pay for his motel room. He doesn't have any food to eat. He's having to beg over at the restaurant next door.
You guys, I'm sorry. My dog is performing a show back here. Lily! Oh my God. That's the beauty about doing live videos. It's harder to edit. Everything is in real time. I need to get a camera or something so I can do edited videos.
I'm a softie, and if somebody's in that kind of shape, I'm gonna help them. I think I sent him $2,600. She just got worse, and when I
That's a lot of money to send to someone you haven't seen, met, or even heard their voice. I mean, even if you hear their voice and you never met them, why would you send them that amount of money? $2,600.
I'd send him that money, I thought you were really stupid, so I
Yeah.
ended that one.
Sharon blocked and cut ties with Roberto and Michael, but she didn't give up on finding true love online. She deactivated her account on Match.com and decided to try her luck with the dating app Our Time. That's when she was contacted by 2 more men.
Then
The thing with scammers is that they have your IP and like they have certain information from you as well, and they will find you. If they scammed you one time, you're a prime victim to them. So they won't leave you alone. They will try other tactics like crypto or whatever to try to get you to send money again. So she sent them once, that's probably going to go haywire everywhere for the scammers.
I met this other guy. He was supposedly in Turkey to collect his dead wife's inheritance. The will said that any woman that would marry him and raise the grandchild.
You guys see me moving like this? It's my little Yorkie. I don't know why she's doing that. She probably has a lot of energy and she needs to release. It's been raining here in Texas. So today we didn't go for a walk. So I'm sure she has a lot of energy and that's why she's just choosing to, get rid of all that energy with her toy.
They would give him $400 million. I did send him $1,200. And then they contacted me back and they said, well, that's just the beginning. We need $5,000 to finish this. Well, that was the end of that. Then
Oh my gosh. Even her sending just a little bit of money, it's frustrating because you shouldn't send any money to anyone because you don't know them. You haven't seen them. But that's what happens when you feel lonely and you have nobody to guide you, and you're not sharing, because if she was to share this with her grandchildren, her children, none of this would be happening.
And there was one.
She's most likely doing this in secret.
What the heck was his name? Thompson. He wanted to help me.
Are you telling me that Thompson, looking like this, wanted to date her? She's 79.
So he made 2 payments on my car. Well, I thought, well, maybe he really does want to help me. Then he wanted to straighten up my bank account. Oh, how stupid I was. So I let him in my bank account. I let him in my Verizon account. He took the last $300 I had in my bank account, bought 5 iPhones with it, and I'm still being done for those. I did.
Why would you do this? Like, you have not seen these people. Y'all gonna be mad with me watching this video.
My account, my routing number, my account number, my Verizon account number. The thing is that the 2 payments he paid on my car, as soon as he bought those phones, it was pulled back out, and I was overdue on my car and overdrawn on my bank account. And I owed $5,000 in telephones. I did tell him that he was a scammer and that I was gonna get cops on him. And he said, well, I'm sending 2 big black Nigerians to take care of you. He didn't scare me. He's not gonna send people there to murder me over $5,000. I don't think so.
When Sharon's son found out she was sending money to men online, it sparked an argument between the two.
And then
I'll be so upset because she could be using this money to help her grandchildren, to help her kids, her children, her grown children. She could be donating it to charities, but she's over here donating it to scammers freely.
we got in a big fight over me talking to men on the internet. So I rented a car. My sister was out here in Oregon. My niece is here in Oregon. My niece said I could come over here and stay as long as I wanted.
Before she knew it, she had more men messaging her through her Facebook account.
Okay, his name was Stone Brittany. He was another young one with a young daughter. Oh, the first thing he did, he sent me $2,500 and wanted me to buy Bitcoins with it. So I did, but I did it in a CoinMe machine. He was sending me money in the post office, cash. I think altogether probably $50,000. But I'm so stupid, I was putting it in my bank account through the ATM machine. And the bank started asking questions. They said, when you put that much cash in there, we have to know where it's going and what's going on. Well, where it was going was to his different Bitcoin wallets. Well, my daughter-in-law went through everything with them. I gave her all the paperwork I had. I gave her the envelopes I had that the money came in. She made copies of everything and she gave it to the FBI. They said that since I cooperated with them, they weren't going to do anything to me. Now, I could have gone to prison.
I think that FBI clearly knew that she was being scammed and didn't have anything to do with it.
That was the end of that. I didn't talk to him anymore. They called the FBI on me. They tried to take away my independence. They wanted me to sign papers so that they could have access to my money and everything I had. And I wouldn't do it.
Once the FBI was involved, it forced Sharon to block Stone Brittany. But guess what, Seekers?
His last name is Brittany, Stone Brittany. That's something very common with scammers. They will use only names for some reason. Like it will be Matthew, Harry, or in this case, Stone Brittany. It will be like Jessica, Ashley, something like that. Like it's always a name and a name. Like they don't know American last names, I guess.
She started chatting with 3 more men through TikTok. She believes one of these men have to be the real deal.
Then I met this other guy on TikTok. But I went ahead and talked to him. He has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. I'm interested in you. I think you're a beautiful woman. age is just a number. If you're that young and I'm this old, in 10 years, I'm going to be a really old lady and you're still going to be.
But she mentioned at the beginning that she wanted to date somebody younger. So the thing is, you're looking for somebody younger, you're 79, anybody is going to be, up there with you. So you can date somebody 79, 80 years old, or you can date 5 years younger.
Young man. Well, he kept insisting, that doesn't make any difference. I really like you. And then he told me, well, in order to talk to you, you have to pay my management $1,800 and some dollars. Well, that's starting to sound a little funny, but then he told me they really wanted 3,000 something, but he paid 2,000 of it. So all I needed to pay was 18 something. So I'm not rich. I sent $550.
Oh my gosh. I'm not rich. I don't have money, but I still send him money. Why are you sending money?
I told him they would have to wait for the rest. And we talked for a solid month, waiting for this other money to come in. He's just a slick talker. And you're looking at this picture of a really nice looking young man.
So she's in lust. That's all. She is just seeing him as, this is a very beautiful guy. She is just lusting after this man, and that's why she's sending the money.
And the other one I'm talking to, he will be back in Portland on Monday. If he shows up here as a real person, I might have something to do with him, but he's going to have to show up in person.
She should just be a sugar mama. She's sending all this money to this, to all the scammers. She should just be a sugar mama, right? She could go and, I don't know if there are sites, to be honest, but they have dating sites. Why wouldn't they have sugar babies sites, right? So she could go to one of those sites and find a guy that she can meet with and, go on dates like that and give him the money that you're sending these people that you've never seen before.
Portland's not that far from where I am. If he shows up here in person, I'll believe him. And that's what I've told him. And the other one I'm talking to, his name is Van Millie. He's 55 years old. He wants to start a hospital when he retires, which he says is going to be in 9 months when he finishes this contract. He jumped right in immediately to all this. I love you. I'm falling in love with you. Bull crap. And I keep telling him, you want to talk to me? Don't say those things. So he has knocked it back. He is the person in the photos on his TikTok. And I am still talking to him. But nobody seems to understand my family. I don't want an older man. All men my age or older are old. I took care of my husband for 5 years. I do not want to do that again.
My grandpa, he's 83 and he's the sweetest man in the world. 6 foot. And he's very kind and he's very sturdy. And for her to say they're very old and I'm gonna have to take care of them. There's a show called Pop the Balloon, Citizens Edition. And there is a 80-year-old man going there to find their real one. And they're very sturdy, so it just depends where you're looking, right? Not all 80-year-olds are, in need of care.
Sharon reached out to us. She has been speaking to 10 men. I think 2 of them are current ones, the 8 remaining, or a long time ago. But those 2 new men that she's talking to, she's falling in love with them. So she wants us to look into them and see what's going on.
So within all these 10 men, each time she gets into these misunfortunate events.
Yeah.
Like the FBI getting involved in your car.
Her family was trying to take a hold of her finances and get basically power of attorney over her.
They should have had power of attorney over her for the first guy. She sent so much money.
She refused, but I mean, you know, given the fact that she's talked to so many men, I can see where they were coming from.
In one relationship, she's getting scammed, she's sending money. And then in another relationship, she's able to identify as a scammer.
Our search team was able to find the true identity of every man Sharon was interested in. We used our reverse image search on our website, socialcatfish.com. A few days later, we sat down with Sharon to go over everything we had found. Make sure you stick around until the end. We'll break down everything we found out about the 3 men Sharon was waiting to meet in person. We ran them through our website, socialcatfish.com. It took a little while to find matches, but we did end up with a match. Tyler is not Tyler, Shannon. Shannon, are you going to continue to online date?
I don't know. There is no dating in person here.
If you've made it this far, don't forget to like.
There is dating in person where she's at. It's just that she's not open to see those people because they don't look the way that she wants them to look. Like she's mentioned, they're good looking over here, you know, online, and you know their eyes are so beautiful. And at 89, and you're still looking for that physical look instead of how the person is in the inside and what they can do in your life and how they can change you, like not change you, but like how they can change your the feeling of, maybe like she said, she feels alone, right? So maybe having company, it's valuable to her, but instead she wants somebody that looks good. So there is people around that she could date, but it's not people that she wants. And also, if a guy is decent looking at 80 years old, he's gonna want a decent looking woman too that looks, you know, a little younger, better, like maybe 60.
Comment and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you so much.
What are you hoping to find out today?
Well, since I got that stupid email from Quilly Glover's management, I'm hoping you found out where the heck they are. And I mean, I never talked to him on the phone, but his typing, his English was good. I still think there's a good one out there someplace.
Why exactly do you think Tyler is who he claims to be?
He has not asked me for money. He is not romancing me. I actually think he is in the military because, I don't know, he'll be on there and then he goes away. And I ask him why, you know, it could be for 10 hours. I ask him, where did you go? And he says, I'm fighting a war. So, I don't know. I don't know if there's a war in Sudan or not.
You don't think it sounds far-fetched, though? That he's in the middle of battle and texting you?
No, because if
they always explain away their brain, like the logic of it. They always explain it away, as if, no, that can't be. It gotta be this other thing. They don't want to realize that it's delulu to believe that someone can be in war and they just texting you just because that they're wanting to date.
if they've got a camp there, or whatever you want to call it, it's possible. I was married to 2 husbands that were in the military. So, it's possible. He just doesn't strike me as that kind.
So let's get into this, because since you brought up Van, we did some research. We wanted to look into Van's identity. We have the whole entire search department looking for answers for you. I know that you've had a list of people that you had been dating or created friendships with that you're talking to online. You wanted to verify their identities. So Van Millie was actually one of the men that right away we knew who he was. That was one that we were for sure. The man in the image is known as Dr. Kareem Bigmas, and he's a brain and nerve surgeon. He's actually one of the people with the most stolen images. He's on the top list. That
Wow.
poor guy, he's a victim too, always has his images stolen, always has women falling in love with his images, then they're always reaching out to him on social media. He even has social media accounts that say, this is not me at all. So unfortunately that does happen to him quite often. Do you typically connect with younger men? Because he's...
That's who seems to always contact me. Very few have been close to my age. And I even had it on my TikTok. I didn't want anybody contacting me younger than 68 years old. But they all were, most of them were younger. They tell me, and I even had a woman tell me on TikTok, that I don't look my age. They think I'm young.
Lady, they were lying to you. You look 80. You look 79. Maybe just, you can get away with like 78. 77. She can get away with 77.
Younger than I am. I'm 79 years old. Several of them told me I looked more like I was 50 than 79.
50? No.
50-year-old guy contacted me, did not think he was contacting anybody that much older than him. I've been in the medical field for a long time, mostly natural medicine. I don't care for doctors too much, but I've been to school for a lot of stuff, and I don't smoke. I quit smoking 33 years ago. I don't drink. I don't do much of anything anymore.
Well, that's good. You're taking care of your health.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about Quilly. Is that what you want to talk about?
We DM'd him and he replied. It seems like he's a little frustrated with the scammers using his photos online, so he chose not to participate.
Which is understandable. I mean, I'm sure this happens to him all of the time.
After being scammed with his photos, I don't even think he's good looking anymore.
So Sharon, let's move on to Tyler.
Okay. That he's supposed to be in the Sudan. He's in the Marines. He's 50. He's around my kid's age because that was one thing we got in an argument over. He's from Texas. I did learn that.
Sharon, we looked into Tyler. We ran him through our website, socialcatfish.com. It took a little while to find matches, but we did end up with a match. Tyler is not Tyler, Sharon.
What a surprise.
His name is Mike. He is a chief petty officer from the U.S.
Wow, he doesn't have a lot of followers and his photos are being used by scammers already.
Navy, and he's from Texas.
This one really fooled me because he hasn't pulled any of the crap that all the others did. He's not on an offshore oil rig. He's not a contractor.
Yeah, because it's the same scammer using different people's photos. It's the same scammer is scamming you. It's not different scammers. It's the same scammer trying to get you left and right. So they already try using different ideas. They try using different reasons of how to get money from you. And now they are, trying the other way, not asking you for money yet, but they will ask you here soon for that money.
He's not a engineer.
Sharon was
He's not an oil rig worker.
positive that Tyler had to be who he claimed to be. She was so sure about this guy, she didn't even want us to look into him. But you could tell she took the news about him being a fake account pretty rough. Do you see why I wanted to look this guy up for you?
Yeah, but I did a reverse image search on him too, and I never came up with a direct match.
You've been in communication with all of these different men. Young, old, black, white, right?
All of these guys are all fake.
I really thought he was real, but it doesn't matter. I shut off my TikTok. I don't even go on Facebook.
I know she feels sad because she's trying to find someone to spend the rest of her days with, but you already have people in your life that you can spend the rest of your days with. You have your grandchildren, you have your sons, you know, daughters, like the caregivers that you give birth to, you know. So she feels lonely, but she was married for 49 years. Like, you spent all that time with your husband. Now it's time for you to be taking time with your family members, spending the last days with them, you know?
Nope.
I feel like when a person is this desperate to be with someone, is deeper issues that they gotta work with. They gotta work with like a therapist, psychologist, or something, because it's something in the inside that they feel they need to fill in. You know, sometimes all you need is God. Jesus will fill that empty spot that you feel not fulfilled.
I just gave up. I really didn't want to spend the rest of my life alone. But it's all right.
Look, Sharon, there's nothing wrong with talking to people online. Unfortunately, there are a lot of scammers out there. There are a lot of people stealing images from other people. There's a lot of catfishes. But, you know, you came to us and we were able to figure out everyone's identity, most everyone's identity on the list, and provide you with answers. We're here today to share a new tool with you that you could use to help verify, you know, right off the bat, is this person a scam or not? Because unfortunately, you just have to weed these people out.
Can I ask you if you can show me?
So when we built Unfrauded, we wanted to make this tool accessible for every single person. We will have a paid version, but we wanted to give the bulk of the tool away for free for somebody that could actually use it to protect themselves. So in Sharon's case, basically what
If I can find a link to this site that they have that you can verify if the person you're speaking to is a real person, I will link it down below. That way it's easier.
happened is she was talking to this guy online. He sent her some money for a car payment and then asked her to take the rest of the money and put it into an ATM machine. So basically we took the message, we put it into our scam chat checker tool, the Unfrauded tool. You hit analyze message, it will read the message and it understands this is a common romance scam from you by using romantic language and promises. So
However, some people will do this and then they will like talk themselves out of it. No, the Unfrauded might be wrong. They probably a real person. So don't do that, because if it's saying that it's a scam, most likely it is a scam.
So if you want access, go to unfrauded.com, hit the yes, I want access button. There'll be a pop-up that asks for name and email address. We're gonna start letting people on today when the video launches at the end of the day. This will be a free tool to use initially, and then we'll have some freemium features later down the road that people can pay extra for. Now let's get back into the video.
Big learning lesson in this is being realistic when you're dating online too.
Like I said, it would be nice to not have to go through all the crap they feed you before you block them.
I mean, obviously your whole family was right about every single guy that you've been communicating with, right?
Admit that, but yes.
Does it make you want to call them up and talk to them?
No.
Pride.
Sharon, are you going to continue to online date?
I don't know.
She's prideful. Instead of calling her people and telling them thank you so much for having my back, I will listen to you guys if I start talking to someone, please let me know if it's a scam. She doesn't want to address them and tell them thank you for having her back and giving her advice. That's just pride.
There is no dating in person here. I don't,
There is, but she's not willing to date people that look similar to her. Like looks compatibility. Looks you gotta be compatible in looks. You know, like you can't be 89 years old and wanting a 65 years old if you're a woman. I think for guys it could work a little bit different because guys have like, I don't know why it's like this in society, but guys tend to be able to date younger women. They could be 89 and they can have a 65-year-old or 70-year-old woman. So for some reason for guys it works like that, but not so much for women.
know anybody? I don't go anyplace.
Sharon, have you thought about investing some time in some hobbies or joining a club or a group?
I've looked for the
Yes.
kind of club I would be. I can't find one here.
What type of club are you looking for?
I'm an artist. I do have a hobby. I have a couple of hobbies. I just can't seem to get into them lately.
Because you're over here emailing and texting scammers.
So what type of art?
I do pencil art. I do watercolors. I've got oils. I've got gouache. I've got acrylics.
So
I love art. I love painting. It's so beautiful.
maybe we can get you connected with some art groups in Oregon.
Well, they'd have to be right here in Sweet Home because I don't have a car.
After revealing everything to Sharon, we
There's always an excuse for something, right?
knew we had to get her active to help take her mind off this. We are now looking into finding some online and local art groups in her area.
There might be a guy out there that's younger, that's fit, and he's everything that you want. I just want you to just be realistic with some of the situations like that these men are saying that they're in, right? Like the battlefield, I need money for my son. These are all huge red flags, and you're educated.
It's like common sense, right? Because a guy that looks like this is gonna want a girl that looks maybe 35, 40. He's not gonna want a 89-year-old woman or 80. She's 79 years old. They're not gonna want a woman like that unless she's filthy rich. She has to be very wealthy and she has to dress it like it. But excuse me, this guy will never date a woman that's 79.
You're smart. You're a smart woman. I think this is just something for you to do right now. But the thing is you're blocking out the real men and the real world. That's the issue. You're spending too much time talking to these guys online.
Well,
Sorry.
if there really was one online, I wouldn't believe him anyway now.
If you do continue to online date, we will be here.
Even if you're out there trying to make a new friendship, use the Unfrauded tool, give yourself some peace of mind before you enter any new relationships, friendships, whatever it is.
Okay, my only problem with I have been on several dating things too. But when I put in my age and that I want them at a certain range close to my age, I swear to every one of those men at 70 years old look like they're 90.
Okay.
Yes, because they supposed to. Like, why are you so judgmental? Like, you look 79. You don't look 50 like people tell you. I've seen 50-year-old women. A lot of them look very, very sharp. So it's like you're being so judgmental and you're wanting a young man, but it's just gonna be a scammer. If you're online and they reach out to you, it's just a scammer for sure.
Because you look so fabulous at your age, I think you're gonna have to adjust the age range to 60 to 70. You know, I mean,
They all say age doesn't matter, you know. I
This all of the people that told her that the age don't matter were scammers. They all were scammers.
tell them after that, think 10 years from now, I will be
Yeah, it does. So just date 3 years younger and 3 years older.
89 years old and you'll be 65 or you'll be maybe 70. It does make a difference. But they all sweet talk you right out.
The fake men. Those are the fake men.
Yes.
Those are the scammers. If he's half your age, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't get a man half your age, but just be aware, right?
Yeah.
And just know that that's a red flag.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, I know enough not to believe him anymore now. But Tyler did get me. That's too bad. He's too young anyway, but he was a friend.
Sharon, he's fake. Let's just, you're gonna block him, right?
Yeah, I am.
Just stay vigilant, okay?
All right.
All
Don't
right.
forget the program so I can catch him before I get in trouble.
We got you.
Sharon promised never to send money to anyone online again. We've added online art communities among other resources in her report. She is confident she will find love online and looks forward to using unfrauded.com. Cool.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
That was interesting. She needs to go and spend her time the next 10 years, 11 years with her grandchildren, enjoying life that way with her kids instead of wanting to date someone and start all over. You know, she was married for 49 years. Let's see what the comments are saying. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. She needs to accept the fact that she looks her age, and there's nothing wrong with looking your age. Yeah, there is nothing wrong looking your age. Being 79, it is truly a blessing from the Lord, because not a lot of people make it. Not a lot of people make it. So 79 it's a great age to be, and she looks great for being 79. Like, she looks 79. I'm surprised 10 boyfriends and none of them were Johnny Depp. There's a lot of stories where Johnny Depp was like the main guy trying to talk to ladies. I'm sorry, but if you're 79 and a man online is telling you that you look 50, that is the first sign of being set up for a scam. Yes. Lady, you're almost 80 years of age. Being alive, remembering to put on your pants in the morning, and being able to walk is a huge gift at this age. Stop going for men that wouldn't be interested in you in real life. And for once, enjoy your life. Talk to your family. You might not even have much time left. That is so true, you know. And at any age, you need to be grateful and happy, and because at any age we don't know if we have time left, much time left. But definitely when you're at 79, you definitely are a little bit closer to that line, right? I don't want to spend the rest of my life alone. Proceeds to destroy her relationship with her entire family. Yeah, it's so contradicting for sure. I'm wondering why elderly folks are so suspicious towards their own relatives. But as soon as a lovely stranger comes around the corner, all common sense and safety measures get lost. Very true. You know what's worse than being alone? Alone and broke. So true. Uh, she puts down all men, but somehow fails to see that she herself is old. Yeah, that's sad. I must be in the minority. I don't mind living on my own, and I'm very protective of my money. That was something she said. With all due respect, this woman's most significant challenge is her ego. Her dating preferences are so absurdly unrealistic that is borders on delusion. This is why it's so important to come to terms with your past so you don't waste your precious time compensating for it. Very true. She doesn't want someone her age because she doesn't want to take care of them. Yet she thinks a much younger man wants to take care of her as she ages. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame her. Guys date younger so women can take care of them as well. So, but she needs to be realistic as well, you know. She has family members that can't take care of her. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So true. All right, I'm gonna read this one. They all have a lot of likes. This one has 4,700 likes. Wow. I'm 76 and live in a senior housing. This woman does look 79 or even older. The guy telling her she doesn't look her age are the scammers telling her what she wants to hear. Thank you for getting this information out so the others are not scammed. That's so true. It's great that they're making this type of shows because older people can see them. I mean, this lady's 76 in a senior home and she's watching this video. So that's great. All men my age are old. No. Sheesh. A younger man is not going to want a 80-year-old woman. In what world does she live in? Real men aren't going to ask a 79 years old widow for money. That should have been her first clue. Real men aren't going to ask. That's so true. I don't want to die alone. Then proceeds to push away her immediate family. Ma'am, the biggest scammer is gawking back at you in the mirror. Okay. Like looking back at you in the mirror, yeah. Dear Lord, please don't let me become this delusional, gullible when I get older. This is so sad in many ways. Yeah, I feel empathy for her, but she does need to lower down her ego and apologize to her family and accept, if they're telling you this is not a real person, believe them. Why would they lie to you? Why would they lie? No one in the world does. She looks 50. That's an insult to 50-year-olds everywhere. No shade to her. Seems like healthy 80 years old, but anyone saying she looks younger than 70 is lying. Yes, this woman is so broken. Her heart is broken. She felt unloved and now is still lonely. When your soul is damaged, your heart overrides all reasons. That was so true. That is so true. She needs to go to therapy. She needs to talk through it. That's what she needs. She needs to heal from her brokenness. What does she doesn't realize is it maybe the same group of guys reaching out to her over and over again. Oh, she doesn't realize that. She thinks different people for sure. This poor woman needs a mental health evaluation and say that with zero judgment or cruelty. She seems incapable of making good financial decisions, learning from past experiences or seeing logic. She's delusional and I can't even imagine what is really like for her family. Yeah, true. Okay, guys, this is the last one I'm going to read. When depression meets wishful thinking, common sense disappears. That is true. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I will leave the link down below just in case that you guys want to take a look at the website that they have. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.